all right, everyone. It's another Boston Power Hour. Sorry, it's not late night. It's on a Tuesday morning. You're saying what's going on, but guess you see the guy on my side. What's going on, man? Where are you?
What's up? Where am I right now? I don't know where I am.
You're like everywhere, but you're not here.
I know. You know, it actually is funny. Like, I got a couple people that messaged me and said, "Oh, that's cool that you're down in Tampa for the Bucks game. Wow, there's no Boston Power Hour this week." And I was like, "Oh, we'll try to do something. So this is like a makeshift little episode to keep. You know, we got to keep it going.
We got to keep
skip a week. You can't skip because there's so much to talk about still."
All right, man. First thing I want to talk about, if that's cool, what the hell are you doing in Tampa, man? You trying to get a little tan, like trying to say hi to Brady? What's going on? Put it in his face, saying, we don't need you. What's going on?
So I don't want to put it out like too publicly, and it's more for the people that watch the show that are religious.
That's it.
And you'll get that nugget of information. Like I went down there to work the game. Like I was working the game on the sidelines. It's something I've been trying to do for the last year, and the opportunity came like a couple of weeks ago, or 2 months ago. And what happened was I ended up booking the flight down to Tampa because I missed the Brady game like in Gillette because I just didn't have babysitter. So this was the next best thing, and I got to kind of get a feel for like what an NFL game day is like and how much production goes into it, how many people work it. It was absolutely bananas. And fortunately, what I got to do was I got to work on the sideline. And I was right behind the Giants bench, and it's cool, dude. I was like standing 5 feet away from Saquon Barkley. That guy's thick.
Yeah.
You see him? Like I was staring at his ass, dude.
Did you look at his legs? Are they like just one view?
Tree trunk legs. Like, yeah, it's you got Daniel Jones. It's what's cool about being on the sideline is just seeing how the team reacts to certain things, whether they're down and out, whether they're trying to pump each other up. It's cool seeing that. The one cool thing was, and people watch the game, like it's there, like the cargo shorts were out there. You could see me kind of in the background at sometimes. Every time, no matter who is driving down the field, doesn't matter what the team is, you're right there in the red zone. You're right there in the corner of an end zone. So you're always hoping that a touchdown comes your way. Nice. Ronald Jones ran one in right near me, and I was actually in the video, like in the background of it. And then on the way down, it was the third quarter. And once I was with the carts, the cart keeps moving back and forth. And once it's in the goal line, it stays there. So when that happens, I'll move around. Like I'll just try to get the best spot possible. And then Tom Brady threw an incomplete pass. The ball skids and it gets fast. Like it comes and hit me right in the foot. Yep. And then I just picked it up, and I held it for like 3 seconds. And I was just like, until someone's like, give us the ball. Yeah. And I was like, that's awesome. Like Brady just literally threw this ball in the game. Like
I have a question. I have a question for the haters out there. Did you deflate the ball just a little bit? Just a little bit.
No.
All right, because he had a good game. He had a good game.
The person I was with, Jay Lassard, came up because we were working together, and he was like, "Can I touch your hand? I'm never gonna wash this hand ever again." It was funny, but it was a good experience, and I get to hope that I get to do a couple more of them, whether it's this season or in future seasons. It's just a good experience, and it's a good way to be able to travel and be able to watch a game. So, but work, it's hard work, dude. It's not. I can't even say that it was. Like, oh yeah, you just get to watch the game. Like you can't really watch the game. Like right. you're there. You have to watch the game because right when the play's dead, you move. Like you have to be ready to go. So you're watching, but you're also working. And then the post game is like nonstop cables, packing everything up. You're breaking they break the entire stadium down like within a couple hours. Yep. And it's bananas. The wiring that goes all throughout these stadiums. The amount of production equipment that you have to put together and set aside. And there's a lot of people that work that do this, but it's just, it was astonishing seeing it in person. It's like, holy shit, these people do this for their full-time job. They pack up those trucks and they're going out for the next week, wherever Monday Night Football is.
That's right. Now, obviously, You know, I've worked with the production team. I've done CNN and some other events. So I'm kind of like geeking right now as I'm hearing you talk about it because I could see it in your eyes like, holy shit. Because you went from obviously the home fan perspective to super fan at the stadium to now production. So you're kind of seeing the whole loop. And I think that's pretty awesome, pretty cool. And like you said, there's a newfound appreciation that I can hear in your voice now.
Yeah. So like, one of the things that was interesting is, I worked Monday Night Football is owned by ESPN. They have the rights to it. They pay to be at that stadium. They pay we own the rights to the footage and all that.
Right.
But there's still local media and and NFL films there. And I'm talking about photography.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have the cart and they're on both sidelines, my job was just to hold the rope, the cable, and go back and forth to make sure no one trips over it.
Yep.
But like a play goes quick, like, interception, and it goes the other way, or, it's a 60-yard bomb, and all of a sudden you're set up in the red zone. Everyone starts gunning down the sidelines, like photographers and videographers, because everyone wants the best shot.
That's right.
And it's, although ESPN, you still have like the local media that wants the number one shot. You still want, like if you're NFL films, NFL wants the best shot possible. So it's a lot of hectic moments like on the sidelines. They're telling players like, get out of the way. Like we have to move this cart. Like you have to keep it clear. So, and you're not trying to be like an asshole about it. It's just,
but you got to do your job. You got to do.
Yeah. So, but even it goes down to like, like from that side of it, the rigging, like these guys come in, for Monday Night Football, right? It's Monday. So these guys come in on Friday and Saturday, and they start setting everything up just for Monday Night Football itself.
Yep.
Even to the point where, I know if you go to the Monday night game, you see it, but when they set up the pregame, the countdown with Randy Moss and Adam Schefter, and they have that little stage set up. That's
staging. Staging. Yep.
They break that down like that, and they get it out of there as quick as possible.
It's like a transformer. Did you get to do that too, or?
No. So I wasn't assigned to that area. So
that's good. Yo, trust me. You don't want to do that.
No, I liked what I did, and I don't want to do anything else. Like I'm very simple, and I actually went in there with the mentality of working. I didn't really, and people know, like, if you're watching this, you're getting the special treat because I'm a very open book. Like I don't hide anything. Mm-hmm. But for Instagram purposes, I didn't post anything. I posted I was there, but it's one of these things where it doesn't need to be like seen publicly. It doesn't need to be known. Because it's just you're working. You're not supposed to be on your phone on the sidelines anyways. You're not supposed to be dicking around.
Right.
And with it me being my first time, and these people, this is their livelihood. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go in there with like, all right, I'm going to bust my ass and work. And by the end of the night, my buddy that helped me with this said there was a good rapport all around. Like, hey, you worked hard. Like they really liked you. You were better than a lot of people that they usually hire. So you got to leave that good mark so I can hopefully get to do it again. And when the Monday night schedule comes out next year, mm-hmm. I might sit down with Michelle and be like, I kind of want to go to San Francisco, or I want to go down to Dallas for Monday night, like, and just do random games, like just to be there. Cause I'm a football fan too, and all these people that are on this, most of them, 99% of them are football fans anyway. So they're enjoying, while they're working
they're working.
So cool. Yeah. Everyone.
I think that's pretty cool. And I'm really happy you got to experience it. And like I said to you, when we did our shoot outside of Boston Garden, you do have a switch, bro. You have the switch. When it's game time, literally, and that's why I fuck with you, and I appreciate you doing that. But I also appreciate you seeing the amount of work that goes into it, because there's different aspects to it. You know what I mean? So enough of that good stuff. Let's talk about what you saw. Are the Bucks real?
Yeah, so I mean, they won 30-10. Your boy put the dude -11, crushed it.
Yeah,
I was walking into that stadium. I saw the line. It's a lot of points. I was like, I'm there. Like, I'm gonna be at the game. Like, it's gonna give me something to root for secretly.
Right.
And I took a -11. Brady, they're now 7-3, and Brady was coming off a loss to the Washington football team the week before. Mm-hmm. Gronkowski was back. Like, this was his first major game back. They rushed him back a couple weeks ago, and he lasted like 2 plays and he was out. They used Gronk a couple times when it mattered. He only had 6 catches, I believe, but he moved the chains.
How did he
Evans,
look?
actually, I got to see some history. Mike Evans is the all-time Bucks touchdown scorer or receiver.
Really?
He broke the record. Yeah, so he broke the record for the Bucks yesterday.
Did he keep that ball or did he give it away too?
I think he kept it. No, the Bucks look real. I mean, Cliff, I think that if you said this a couple weeks ago, the NFC, I'd be like, no, it's Arizona or Green Bay.
Yep.
And over the last couple weeks, Kyler Murray's hurt, DeAndre Hopkins is hurt for Arizona. The Packers are coming off a loss to Minnesota, and they look kind of vulnerable at some points.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are not as good as we thought they were.
Nope.
So the Rams, and they got the Odell curse now, so that's going to happen with them. I think that you might see Tampa Bay. They're 7-3, and Brady knows that they have to win out if they want that 1 seed.
Right.
But they have to still win out if you want to at least host in the wild card and possibly host in divisional. Mm-hmm. So and home field will matter. They can't go the 3 games on the road again, and then they're not, because they're not hosting the Super Bowl. So they won't have a home game.
Right.
But
right.
I think Tampa has a legitimate shot. And I'm going to say this. I mean, this NFL season has been absolutely bananas.
To me, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, but dude, it's going to be Patriots and Bucks in the Super Bowl, right? Like it's going to be the
calling it. So you're calling it.
I'm calling it. I'm sorry. I got to call it because the AFC is just so wide open. We'll get into the Patriots in a second because I have one more thing about the Bucks. The AFC is so wide open that legitimately the Patriots have a shot. And the NFC now has opened up where there's not really a dominant team at the top. It could have been the Rams. It could have been Arizona. It could have been the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
That's just wide open, and you can't count playoff Tom Brady out at all. We counted him. Some counted him out last year. I counted him out a little bit last year myself. I was like, "There's no way he's going to do it," and he did it. He did it. He did it on the road 3 straight games.
Yep.
And I just feel like it's just the perfect storm is brewing in the NFL right now for this to kind of end up happening. And if you're the NFL, you want this to happen too, because Brady doesn't have many years left.
If you're a Patriots fan, you want this to happen.
Yeah, everyone wants this to happen. I will say this before we get on the Patriots side of it. Tampa Bay does not deserve Tom Brady. Like being down there and seeing the fans, and they're all excited and hyped up for Brady, and you got these kids wearing these goat costumes and like all the 12 jerseys. I felt a little disgusted because it's like, you don't deserve this.
Yeah.
They're celebrating like they were part of 7 championships. Like, you hated that guy so much. And then he came to your organization and put life into your organization. And now all of a sudden you're happy. And I never hate Tom Brady. Like people get that twisted. I just never support the Tampa Bay Bucks. Like I'm not supporting that team. I'll support Tom Brady individually.
Right.
But it's the fan base that bandwagon fan base. When Tom Brady leaves, like in 2 years, they're not going to exist anymore. Like no one's going to go to their games anymore. No one's going to give a shit about them.
Yep.
But it's like in the stadium down there, it's a weird area. Like it's like kind of in like the projects are right behind it. There's like a nice area, then the projects are over there, and like there's shacks for houses. It's like in not a suburban area, but it's just there's a housing around the area. It's weird. Like I'm not used to something like that.
Yep.
And it's just like I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird location.
Pirate ship is cool though.
But I heard. I was talking to one of the guys yesterday that they're going to build a new stadium. Like I guess in 2025, they're going to build it right next door. So the house that Tom Brady built, right? Like that's what's going to happen. They're going to use all that money that Brady's been making them and build a new stadium. So they're already starting to plan on it or whatever.
Wow.
They said they're hopefully breaking ground within 3 years.
Breaking ground.
Yeah.
Okay. So fair to say, I'm going to call it, I don't think Tom will be there.
No, Tom's not going to be there. I don't see that. But I mean, again, like you see the way he's playing, right? He's 44 years old. And here's the thing. I'm going to mention one play. Because I went there with the expectation that I was like, I told Michelle, like, this could be my last time I get to see him live. I had tickets to go to the game earlier in Foxborough. I didn't get to go because, I'm a dad now, and there's responsibilities now.
Babby dads.
But like, I was like, I have to go see him live and in person. And he had a hell of a game. He had 300 yards passing. He had 2 touchdowns passing. But the run that he had to get that first down was a man run. Like he ran, he got out of the pocket. He avoided a sack, avoided a hit, and slid and still kicked his leg up. And then he popped up right away and just celebrated. Tom Brady's going to win the MVP at 44 years old. Like, that's how bananas it is. And if you're Tom
Brady, I quote you on that. I got to quote you.
Yeah, you can quote me on everything.
I like that.
Point of the show.
That's right.
Tom Brady winning MVP at 44, there's zero chance that Tom Brady next season in his last year of his contract is going to say, I'm going to retire. You're still the top of your game.
Yeah,
I was telling people down in Tampa, I was like, Brady, the longer Brady lasts, the more endorsement deals he can get down the line.
Right.
His TB12 will sell even more because it's like, hey, look at the longevity of my career.
It's working.
The NFL is a platform and a spotlight for Tom Brady as well too, so he can, always put whatever he wants out. And I said this, and he does not have to stay in Tampa. Like, another team could just happen to open up, and the right fit for Brady could be there. Someone did say there that worked there last night was like, the team was kind of not really built as a Super Bowl contender when Jameis Winston was there, and they went 7-9. And they're like, this thing where it's like, oh, Brady comes and all, they go to the Super Bowl. It's like, Brady brought so many people with him that made them a Super Bowl contender. And I think people kind of overshadow that too, the Brady effect. So the point of that is, say Brady goes to the Vegas Raiders, let's say in 2 years, because I think they're going to cut ties with Carr. They might gut out the team. They're going to have a new head coach because Gruden's out of there. They can make a pitch where they fix certain pieces that, like their offensive line, some of their defense, and then tell Brady, come here. This is what we have you set, but we need you to bring this in as well too. And I think he might be able to do it. Some have said Brady's not leaving Florida, but I could see him going out west, or I can see him staying down south somewhere, warmer climate, or to a dome. But the man, I think, really is going to play till he's 50. Why not, dude? Like, why not?
I would love to
take
see
it 1 year at a time. Take it 1 year at a time. That's it.
And I'm glad that you said that, because I am a Brady. Like, dude, we grew up with Brady. You literally grew up with Brady, right? So why should you support the man? Yes, we have our allegiance to, but at the same time, you have to marvel at what he's able to do. You have to appreciate what he's able to do. And from a director and a videographer's perspective, I want to see the movie continue, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to see him win championships forever, because we want the championships coming home. But at the same time, just to see that happen and to see that, hey, he is truly the GOAT, sounds nice.
If he does retire, he's not going to retire like the season's over and then say, oh yeah, I'm done. He's going to make it known like a Derek Jeter, or like
for that 1 year kind of,
hey, I'm retiring at the end of the year no matter what happens.
Right.
Because it's smart in marketing standpoint and business. 100%. Selling tons of merchandise on his last year. The ticket sales will be out of this world. Jersey sales would be out of this world too. And you got to think of this too. Like, that's why I talk about a third team, because think about the jersey sales he got just from going out to Tampa. Now imagine you went out west. Imagine he goes to play for San Francisco, or he goes to play for he goes to play for Vegas or something. Like, the jersey sales, he makes money off of all this stuff.
Correct.
There's so much marketing that goes behind it. So, and I think that his TB12, he's established it in New England. He's done it down in Florida. He can bring it out west somewhere, and I think call it a day. So we'll end up seeing what happens. But I like I said, the perfect storm's brewing, because not only did the Bucs win last night and they're 7-3 and they look great. I mean, I know they're playing the Giants, but they look great. And you see them in person, the eye test. See them in person, like, wow, this team looks a legitimate team. The Patriots are first in their division now.
That's right.
They smoked the Lance on Thursday.
I feel something. I feel I'm getting seasick.
The wave.
The wave's happening, baby.
The wave. The wave. I've been telling you, Cliff, every day, every week, every month, we're riding the waves to the playoffs. And I said how wacky this NFL season is. The Patriots started 1-3, 2-4 on the season, and now they're in first place. And Buffalo is going to be on their way down over the next couple of weeks.
Isn't it scary? What's going on over there? Is it the coach?
I don't know. No, it's just they're frauds, bro. Like, they didn't play any good teams. Look at their schedule. They didn't play any good teams. They played like Kansas City, but when they played Kansas City wasn't good at the time. Like, Kansas City's starting to pick it up now.
Yep.
Kansas City actually looks.
They always take time to warm up.
They're starting to get it. They're starting to get it. This is the time of the month in November. We're getting Thanksgiving for this week. This is the time where you need your team as a team. You need to start going on a roll, going to the playoffs. Buffalo's on the way down right now. When they're struggling against Miami, when you lose to Jacksonville, when you lose to the Colts, and the Colts are on, and the Colts is a team that's on the rise. They're moving at the right time. They're done. The Bills, and I think the Bills have a shot of losing on Thursday to the Saints. And if they lose to them, then the Bills have to play the Patriots Monday Night Football.
Yep.
And then the Bills have to play Tampa down here in Tampa.
Yeah.
So it's like they could. And I posted this and I said there's a legitimate chance that the Patriots could be 3 games up on the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills are under 500 going into like week 15 or whatever it was. Yep. And that's how crazy it is. And what I like about the New England Patriots right now, and hey, I called this in my pregame preview on Thursday. I said this defense was due for a goose egg. Well, and it was a cop out because I said it's either this game or the game's coming up.
No, take it. I take it.
No, a lot of people credited me for that because no one's thinking about goose eggs.
I texted you. I said, "Oh shit, it's happening." The
defense it was due. The great thing about the Patriots in the spot that they're in, just like Tampa,
right,
is that they can't let their foot off the gas because neither of them are in first place. And there's only one bye now. So, like, you have to keep going and throttling going forward. So, like the Patriots this upcoming Sunday, they're playing the 1 seed Tennessee Titans, who are completely banged up and just coming off a loss. You could take advantage of that. But then the next week, you got Buffalo. You got to take advantage of that. Now you're on a bye, so other teams are starting to catch up. Then you're coming off a bye. You have the Colts. Perfect timing to have the Colts because they're a team on the rise, and they're a team that you have to beat.
But how we do when we have a bye, though. When we have a bye, we prepare. Coach does what he does.
You have all that extra time to prepare and everything. So it just it feels great. That Thursday game felt great, and then Sunday felt even better when Buffalo lost. And I said this, and this is not a knock to fans. There's casual fans in every fan base, but you need that. Remember, we talked about the Boston Red Sox,
right?
And we can call each other pink hats all day.
Yep.
But we supported them when it mattered because it's like, oh shit, baseball. We love baseball. We'll support it when they're good. Like,
right.
This is like. Now that the Patriots are good again, you're starting to get the fans that are coming back on board and be like, all right, I'll start supporting them.
Yep.
But it feels good having that. It feels good having the support around us again.
I think this is pretty cool. I think we have a perfect storm brewing. I would love to see Patriots Bucks. We might have to do something to just get there, honestly, if that were to happen. Like, I don't know what, but we'll have to do something special.
We all have connects out in LA. We all have connects out in LA.
We all do.
We all have connects out in LA.
Let's get some sitters.
I usually, the last couple of years, what I do from work standpoint is I try to take the week off around the Super Bowl, so I can just even if the Pats aren't in it, I like watching the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I want to try to take a full week off just in case, like if they're there. You don't even have to go to the game, but just being out there and the parties and the atmosphere that goes around it, and especially if it's Brady versus New England.
We'll have our own production. We'll have a really nice production.
It would mean a lot to be out there. So but one game at a time. But it feels like the perfect storm. Like everyone's been saying how crazy this NFL season is. It's been all upside down. Then the way it's got to finish is got to be Pats and Patriots, Pats and Bucks in the Super Bowl. Like that's the way you have to end this type of crazy season out there. So we'll see. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Like the Patriots could, and here's the thing: the Patriots could easily not be in the Super Bowl. That's fine. Like Kansas City could beat them. The Colts could beat them now that they're on a run. They could get tripped up in the wild card game. As I said, it's a failure if this team crumbles and doesn't make the playoffs. They should make the playoffs. anything on top of that's a cherry on top. Everyone should be happy enough. I shouldn't. If the Patriots lose in the wild card for some reason, do not bitch and moan about it. It is what it is. Like you have a rookie that brought this team and will help bring this team to the playoffs. The team looks better. They're in transition year. You should be happy to be like, yo, this team's back, and I can't wait to see what they do in the offseason. I can't wait to see what they do in the draft and what they end up doing the next year. And then next year, you go to the playoffs this year and you're a wild card team and say you lose. The next year means like you have to be in the AFC title game, because if you're starting, the standards went lower. Now you're starting to get the standards.
You're setting the bars. I'm going to say this, man. You convinced me where making it is no longer enough, my friend. I want to win. I need one playoff win.
One playoff win now seems like it's like you need it, but I don't want to. I'm gonna be the hypocrite because it's just like you need it, but you don't. Like it's. I don't want to be like somebody that if they lose, in the wild card game, like it can happen any given Sunday.
Right. Any given Sunday.
I don't want to be like, oh well, the Pats should have won this game. It's like, no, we need to be grateful that the Patriots even got to that point, especially the way they started, and especially how you still have to label a transition year. I mean, anything on top of it's a cherry on top. They go to the divisional, they go to the AFC title game, and it'll feel better. And for content purposes, I love it because my account's been awesome. Like it's awesome to interact with fans. The Big Mac thing going on, the Big Mac victory has been great as well too. You just got everyone like back into it, so it's awesome.
I think it'd be like you said, it's great content. But I, as a fan, I want to see us get there, obviously. I want to see a W. I just don't want to see them, you know what I mean, not show up, that they get to the wild card game and they fall flat. I think Mac Jones is surrounded by a lot of veterans. Obviously, there's some good coaches there with Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels. The defense is doing what the defense is doing, which is amazing. We kind of got a glimpse of what he can do in kind of shitty weather a little bit, per se, because we know the playoffs, if we're home, shit happens. Things happen. So we're going to see what he can do. But I am seeing a lot of flaws, like you said earlier, with the rest of the division. So I think, again, perfect storm. Maybe this is opportunity. Like Baltimore. If you would have told me Baltimore would have played such a game like I would have said no way. Are they pretenders? Was it a really, really bad game? I don't know. But it's good to see that every week we're just getting better. We're getting better. I would like to see a little more aggressive play calling on behalf of the Pats. I feel like the defense, you can't continue to count on the defense to do what they're doing. Even your boy Hightower, he's doing a lot of tackling out there. What do you think?
He's trying to prove me wrong. That's why.
And let's keep talking the shit. Yeah. You keep talking it, they hear. I will,
dude. No, to be honest, people look at one or two plays from Hightower and get excited, and they forget the other like 6 or 7 bad plays he had in that game. It's just he's pretty inconsistent, but he's skating by for the season. He's getting by with it. That's absolutely fine. It's like the Atlanta game. They game managed Mac Jones is what they ended up doing. And I think some people are upset about it because it was like 13-0 for most of that game. Yeah. And you're like, come on, like where's the Mac Jones that we want to see? Even this game against Tennessee on Sunday, like they're just going to game manage. I don't see him going all out, airing it out. Again, they're trying to still, like what Silver Bullet was saying, like they have the training wheels on Mac Jones. The training wheels are coming off, but they're still trying to develop him over time. Mm-hmm. And they are going to trust their defense more often than not. I mean, it reminds me of 2019 when the defense was spectacular, but Brady couldn't get anything going for that offense. But that Mac can they can get stuff going. This offense is way better than 2019, but the defense feels like it's better than 2019.
Right.
So it's they have the perfect matchup coming up with Titans when you don't have Julio Jones, you don't have Derrick Henry. They might not even have AJ Brown, and they're already 5.5-point favorites, the Patriots. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have a rocking home crowd on Sunday. I talked about how the crowd needs to get back into it, and I think that blowout game against Cleveland was a good tone setter. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be there Sunday. I was like, I can't miss this game because I just feel that this is like a huge momentum shift right now in the division and then the conference. That being there Sunday, you're going to have that feeling like we have a chance at the 1 seed. We have a chance at, leading the division. So it's especially if the Bills lose Thursday, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. All right. So I think this is really cool for our fans. We wanted to kind of just do this real quick. We'll call this the Boston Power secondary edition, or half an hour, 2.0 or 0.5. But yeah, again, really happy for you. Very excited for what the future holds for you as far as you joining my production, our production world. Now you get to put Set Life in your hashtags as well. So what do you want to call for this week, man? What's a big upset, or at least one thing? Let's give them one thing. As people are watching in the back, we don't have those things going on right now.
Funny,
we're not in the studio, but we're doing something. Let's give them something.
Yeah. So yeah, just to watch out for, like, it's Thursday night football. It's going to be Bills at Saints. You got to hope that Kamara is playing, and you got to hope that Kamara is Kamara, because look what Jonathan Taylor just did to the Buffalo Bills. I like to see the Bills lose. I would say smash the Pats -5.5. I think run with them. I think that you got to remember that Vrabel has the last 2 wins over Belichick.
Yep.
Back from 2019 and 2018. So Vrabel knows how to coach. Some people are trying to say, like, oh, it'll be a close game, 17-13. I think Belichick needs to prove something to Vrabel.
It's on a calendar.
They're going to take advantage of this. And I would say the way the Titans are looking, it's, again, you got to hold that team under 10 points or under. I'll give them 10. You got to hold them 10 or under in that game coming up against the Tennessee Titans. Elsewhere around the league, you just got to keep an eye out. Kansas City's on a bye. You're getting a little hot right now, but they're on a bye week. Got to keep an eye out on the Baltimore Ravens. They're hanging around. They should have lost to Chicago. They came back, and Lamar Jackson was even playing. You have to keep an eye out for the Indianapolis Colts as well too, and see how they go, because you're going to have a matchup with them in about a month. Another important thing about Sunday too is this is the last home game at Gillette Stadium until after Christmas. So you have a full month off away from Gillette Stadium, because they have 2 road games the bye week, also sandwiched in between. So it's a lot going forward there. Other than that, I think that's it around the AFC. Like, just get your win on Sunday. Take in another important thing about riding the wave. You own the tiebreaker over the Chargers, which they just beat Pittsburgh, but you can own the tiebreaker now over Tennessee. Like, that was another team that I said, hey, this was going to be the next bump in the road, is the Tennessee Titans. You're getting them at the right time. You're getting them when they're completely depleted. Take advantage of it while you can. And then just get this win and get a sound win to feel comfortable enough to know that, hey, we're going to go on to Buffalo Monday Night Football, and and that's going to be the toss-up, because you don't know what's going to happen in that game. But I can't wait. And I'll be there. I'll be there as a fan.
I love it.
Or something else. Well, now, who knows?
You never know. Things happen, and that's a beautiful thing about this industry. You might get a call right now as you touch down saying, hey, we need you to fly you back out here.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Hey, man, ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Clifford Bonet, and we got my guy over here, Babs, Mr. King Spike himself. He's over in Tampa getting a tan. He's enjoying himself. But again, we had to, regardless of technology. Again, I want to thank you for being continuing with the internet, because we were having some internet issues over there in the airport over there, but we figured it out. And we hope you guys continue to watch us, share. Make sure you follow the Cliff Notes Project on YouTube. Make sure that you follow the Boston Power Hour on Instagram, and also you guys are already following the Spike King. Yeah, brother. Listen, can't wait to get you back in the studio. Let's talk soon. You stay safe. All right.
See you guys
later, guys. Be well. Go Pats.